Hey everyone, welcome to episode 32 of Universe 7, a Dragon Ball podcast. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mason.
And today we're going to be talking about episodes 31 and 105. We've had a heck of a week, haven't we?
Yeah, man. You just told me about it because I haven't checked our numbers at all in like a month or so.
Yeah, we just crossed the 10,000 download mark.
That's pretty cool, man. It's been, 8 months?
Yeah, just almost 9 months.
It's averaging right around, over 1,000 months, so that's really cool, actually.
Yeah, thank you guys. That's all on you. That's not us at all.
We haven't talked about that in a while. I feel like we used to do it every week because we were so stoked. I remember when we first started, I was refreshing that thing constantly.
And checking like multiple times a day.
Yeah, I'd send you screenshots when we hit like 1,000 or 2,000 or whatever. It was pretty. The first 1,000 was really cool, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Because like we were trending, we had like 300 the first month or 400. And then it slowly built, and then right around March, we hit 1,000 for the first time, and that was really cool.
Yeah, we owe that all to you guys. Thank you so much for doing all that. We'll have to think of some sort of giveaway to celebrate this one, I think.
What are you thinking?
I have no tune. I have no clue.
You have no tunes.
No tunes. No tunes.
No tunes because Muse will remove it and give us a copyright strike on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that.
We're both having a hard time speaking right now.
Thanks for bringing that to our attention, Frankie.
That's pretty hilarious.
I had to pull the episode and replace it with a song that wouldn't get us pulled. So I hope you guys like Portugal the Man.
Yeah, they used to be good.
So we hit 10,000 downloads. You went to Chicago Comic-Con this last weekend, and you got a bunch of Dragon Ball stuff. I have a really awesome Goku versus Vegeta cup that I'm drinking Arnold Palmer tea out of right now. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
and
man.
Over on your end, you are holding, well, you're not holding it, but you have a lightsaber.
Yeah, I got an authentic lightsaber from Ultra Sabers. If you guys like lightsabers or Star Wars in general, I'm assuming some of you do, considering the fan base, head over there. They're actually relatively cheap, running about $100 after shipping, and they're like some legit lightsabers. The metalwork's unbelievable. You can pick your color blade, all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. Just go check it out. And that's our sponsor for the week.
Probably, right?
Yeah, more than likely. But yeah, I had a blast there, man. It was really, really cool. It was really overwhelming. There was a lot of stuff going on. I'd never been to a Comic-Con before, so it was just weird. My girlfriend and I went, and we were just all over the place, man. The first day, like, we had no rhyme or reason to what we were doing. I spent way more money than I needed to. Seriously, it's like a trap because they give you so many amazing deals. Like I was telling you earlier tonight, you pay the $100 for whatever to get in, but the deals are worth it just in general. Got a bunch of graphic novels, getting about 25 to 30% off of those on every single purchase. It was unbelievable.
Nice, man.
Yeah, man.
I set up a baby gate this week.
Yeah, man, that's pretty cool.
So
the boy's getting big, man. He's got some long arms and legs. I saw that picture.
He's a little man now. He's a little man child.
He's gonna be tall.
Yeah, I would say that I set up the gate, but I had to call Dad, and he came over and helped me with it.
Oh man, that's rough. I remember when I first moved into the apartment, I got a bookshelf from Walmart, and I had to call Dad to come over and help me set it up.
I had no shame. I told my wife. I asked her. It's like, would you think less of me as a man if I had to call my dad for help on this? Because
I'm sure Dad was stoked, though.
Yeah, well, I was like, knowing the baby, he's gonna try and tear the thing out of the wall, and I don't want to do it the wrong way.
Which is very possible. I've seen her handiwork. Very possible.
I'm real good with cardboard.
Not so much with anything else. That was weird. Oh man.
Yeah, good week. Like you said, you did Comic-Con. I kind of had a pretty chill week. Watched Mayweather McGregor.
I didn't watch any of it, unfortunately, but
it's fun.
The highlights were good enough for me. I don't have the patience to sit through 10 rounds anyway.
I don't blame you for that. It seemed quick though. The rounds are only like 2 or 3 minutes apiece, so it went by really fast. And obviously, boxing match, there's no commercials or anything like that. So
yeah,
it's just kind of.
It's not like football, man, where it's just a shit show.
Yeah.
Honestly,
seriously.
I'm getting kind of sick of watching football just based on it just being more and more heavily doused with commercials every single year.
And that's why you do Red Zone.
Red Zone's great, obviously, but if it wasn't for fantasy football, I'd never watch pro football again.
Yeah. Should we say that for the
The fantasy
politics
podcast?
and fantasy football podcast.
Yeah, man, that's the one. We could do a little mini episode real quick if you want inside of this podcast.
Sounds good to me. Speaking of, don't let me forget to talk to you about fantasy after we get out of here, because
we gotta set up a date.
We gotta do. Oh, we have a date.
Yeah, we gotta set up everything though, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. We have some feedback and we have some news, but unfortunately, there's spoiler feedback and spoiler news.
So you guys won't hear any of it unless you stay that long.
Yeah. Also, one piece of the one piece of news that we can give you, a couple of them actually.
One Piece won't be airing.
is actually that there's going to be a story mode in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Oh, that's dope, actually.
And it looks really cool. They did announce 17 and 18. There's a weird thing, though. It's actually 18, and 17's kind of a tag team character.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. But they're going to be in the game. There will be a story mode. And, I mean, this is for the spoiler episodes, but I don't really care. I'm just going to say it anyway. It's not really spoilery. The second Dragon Ball opening theme, Limit Break X Survivor, got a full release, like the full version of the song, instead of just a 1.5-minute intro that we've had for the last couple months.
Yeah.
And it's incredible. So we're going to use that as our song of the week / outro music. So, I mean, if you guys want to hear it, you can just jump to like the last 2-3 minutes of the show if you don't want to listen to any spoiler stuff. Otherwise, just listen to the show, listen to spoilers, and enjoy that nice piece of goodness at the end of the show.
And don't hit us with a copyright strike, please.
Yeah, please.
We understand. We get it.
I should have known.
Yeah, dude. It's all right, though. Now you know for next time, even though you should have known in the first place.
Yeah, I'm just going to keep using Muse.
Oh, God. We'll be off YouTube in 2 weeks.
I think Frankie's the only one who listens to us on YouTube.
I know.
Anyway.
I think we get like 7 views a week on YouTube. It's pretty rough.
All right. You want to go ahead and take the sponsor for the dub section here?
Yeah. Our sponsor this week is Ultra Sabers. Ultra Sabers will provide you with the top of the line replica lightsabers. They do replicas, they do customs, they do just about anything you want. You can get them with sound, you can get them without sound. They're very durable, and you can beat the hell out of people with them if you'd like to do that, if that's your thing.
That's my thing.
Yeah, I figured. So that's why I got you one for your kid when he's a little bit older.
Oh, jeez.
And he's got to learn somehow, right?
Yeah.
That's how you learn to love Star Wars. You get beat with a lightsaber.
Neat. So what are they offering to our podcast listeners?
If you go online and you go to check out in the cart in the coupon section, you type Universe 7 Pod, they will be giving you 50% off.
50.
So
that $100 lightsaber is now $50.
Yep. It is a great deal. I'd recommend you go do that and spread the word. And if we're being completely honest, it's not going to work. Don't take this seriously. But
But take your endorsement of the company seriously.
Yes,
they do good work.
It's incredible stuff.
It's really, really sick.
It's really incredible. So yeah, that's all we got. And good job, Ultra Sabers, for providing a great product.
All right, let's go ahead and get into the dub section, sponsored by Ultra Sabers. All right, and we are back for the dub section. This episode was titled Off to See Master Zuno. Find out where the Super Dragon Balls are. And the description was, Jocko takes Bulma to the all-knowing alien, Master Zuno, to learn more about the Super Dragon Balls.
And
pretty straightforward.
That's what happens.
Yeah, for once.
That's nothing else that happens in this episode.
Yeah, you know, I remember this episode from when it originally aired over in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being really excited for it because I wanted to kind of see how they're going to translate some stuff. And
it's all pretty hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
Vegeta's is good.
Vegeta was great.
Yeah, man.
You want to just jump into it, or do you want to add anything on the top here?
What do you think of the episode? Was it pretty? Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Yeah, man, I did too. I was surprised because I'm just not a big fan of Jocko, but he was actually pretty decent in this episode.
Yeah.
Which is weird for me to say.
And the flashback we got was really cool.
Yeah, man, I do enjoy that, and I enjoyed that when it came out first in Japanese as well.
Yeah,
even though we didn't know Bulma had a sister. Weird.
Okay, yeah. So first scene is in space. Jocko is flying to Earth. When at first I thought that I was mishearing it, but he was actually called in to stop a serial dine and dasher.
What a ridiculous thing, man. He's one of the galaxy's most wanted, by the way.
For dining and dashing.
But the Frieza Force was out there for however long and all this kind of shit. But he's the guy that's one of the most wanted.
And he looks like Slippy Toad.
He does look like Slippy Toad. That's funny.
So he's on his way. Galactica Patrol is calling all units to stop a dine and dash. But he's so afraid of Vegeta attacking Galactic Patrol headquarters.
He's losing it,
man.
Yeah,
he just kind of ignores it and heads to Earth anyway.
Kind of loses his mind.
Yeah, he gets pissed off and shoots an asteroid to blow off some steam. And in the process, he accidentally destroys an intergalactic monument.
And his bosses aren't super pumped about that. They don't know it's him because he lies like a... He's a liar, man.
He's good at it, too. Yeah. They called in asking him, hey, this thing's going, what happened? He goes, oh, it's the Dine and Dash perp. He
did that, and I'm in hot pursuit.
Yeah. Like, okay, go Jocko. Good job.
Do you think that's how he got his position in the first place?
Just BSing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's gotta be. That guy's hilariously dumb.
Yeah. Well,
Not dumb.
He can fight.
He can fight, as we see later on.
If you do think about it, because the guy is apparently, like you said, one of the most wanted in the entire galaxy.
He can't be powerful. He's just a dine and dasher.
Yeah, but if he's one of the most wanted in the galaxy,
but I feel like they don't. These people don't do high-profile crimes. They do I feel like
traffic cops.
They're like the security guards of the mall.
That's how Vegeta treated him in this next scene here. Because actually, we go back to Capsule Corp, and what I have written down is Jocko's having an existential crisis.
He sure is, man.
When Bulma asks him to take her to the center of the universe.
He doesn't even know how to get there.
Yeah, Jocko says it's impossible because the universe is massive and galactic. Galactic Patrol only covers the galaxy that they're currently in. So to go to the center of the universe is just insane. And at that moment,
for somebody that patrols space, you'd think he'd know a little more about it.
You'd think.
One galaxy I get, but it's almost like a jurisdiction, but you still have contact with other jurisdictions.
Right. Yeah, well, why don't we just contact the Galactic Patrol in here and, how does one agency call for backup if it's that hard to go to another universe or galaxy?
So King Kai protects the North Galaxy, right?
Yes.
So there's only 3 other quadrants of this entire universe. So you figure where their meet is the center, correct? If we're just going by math.
Right.
I don't know. That's just my logic behind it. But, who am I to say?
The Earth is flat.
That's what I hear. There's also 4 quadrants of the Earth. It's a flat square. So,
yeah. At that moment, though, Goku walks in and he says he's been trying to send Supreme Kai's energy all day to use instant transmission to, I'm assuming, find a way to the center of the universe
the
universe. But he can't even do it. He thinks that Supreme Kai is taking a nap. I just think he's that weak.
Well, yes. Man, they give him a real bad rap since the Buu Saga because he was kind of cool in the Buu Saga.
He was mysterious, but you realize though very quickly that he has no idea what he's doing.
He's not strong, but he was way more badass.
Yeah, I mean, I only thought he was like that though during the World Tournament. Immediately after that, once the Babidi stuff happened, I realized really quickly that he was in way over his head.
Well, yeah, that's very obvious. But he was even after that. He wasn't. He's very much, he's more soft-spoken than he used to be.
Yeah.
And do you think that's just because he knows that they all dwarf him? He found his order, his
spot on the pecking order?
Exactly, yeah.
He's the worms inside of the dirt?
Yes.
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
That's kind of shitty considering he's the guy that brings life to the entire universe.
Well, he's a crappy Kai to begin with. So
that's true.
We'll get into that later, though.
Yeah, much later.
So yeah, Goku says he can't find Supreme Kai's energy, so that's out. And now I felt like Bulma was trying to make Jocko feel special here.
Yeah.
It's I need you because not even the Saiyans or the Kais can help in this situation, but you can.
She's pretty manipulative.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Jocko's still being stubborn, says he can't do it. And then Vegeta and Piccolo kind of throw some shade here. Mainly Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta's real hardcore in this episode.
Yeah, he's like, that was a waste of time calling this space cop anyway, and that pisses Jocko off. And he's like, yeah, you know what, fine. I'm not taking this. I'm leaving. And of course, Bulma When all else fails, what does Bulma do? She flirts.
She does, man, and she does it well. I'll give her that. She's getting up there in age, but she does it well.
Yeah, apparently too much for Jocko, because he says, your charms might actually work on me, Bulma, if you were only 10 to 15 years younger.
So funny, man. That's some rough stuff.
Oh, yeah.
She's not pumped about it.
No, she gets the first of many.
She's furious the entire episode. Almost.
Oh, it's great.
It's a pretty bipolar situation, actually. She's like crazy nice and then really upset from one comment to the next.
It's an abusive relationship between the two of them.
Yeah, and she's the abuser.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah, so Bulma gets pissed and punches Jocko straight into the ground. And apparently that punch rung some bells in Jocko's head, and he remembered about Master Zuno. And he is basically this almost omniscient alien that lives in their universe, or their galaxy. And you just go there, ask him a question. He's, according to Jocko, he's so all-knowing that he can even meet a stranger and tell the pattern on their underwear just by looking at them.
It's pretty intense stuff.
Really intense.
I don't really understand it.
That example, though, is kind of
it's Dragon Ball.
Foreshadowing of things to come in this episode.
Yeah.
But
we could kind of see it from a mile away, if we're being honest, if we just go by trends of how this show goes.
Yeah, so we'll get to that part later. But they decide to go visit Zuno because it seems to be the only option at this point. Mm-hmm. And they're loading up, and right before they leave, Vegeta has some really funny parting words. Yo, jackass, don't you try any funny business with my wife.
And then he's pretty disgusted by the whole situation. He pretends to vomit.
Yeah, he pretends to throw up, and then you see this shadow come over him.
It's a pretty hilarious bit, actually. They keep it up great. A few times throughout the episode.
Yeah, Bulma's standing over him, and she's got this cheese-eating grin on.
And then she turns immediately furious and then destroys him.
Winds up and punches the hell out of him.
Yeah, he's done.
And the punch even makes Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo cower. Not cower, but just kind of wince.
Okay, man, we know how this works. We've had it before. We get it. Especially Goku, my God.
Yeah. Right after she hits him, they take off, and Bulma's like, take care of the Earth while I'm gone, boys.
And she's happy as a clam again.
Yeah.
Pretty hilarious.
But right after this moment comes, personally, my favorite part of the episode.
Agreed.
Bulma takes off, and Goku's like, man, we have some strong-willed women, don't we? And Vegeta's like, well, yeah, it's kind of rough sometimes.
But I really do enjoy her feistiness.
Yeah.
She's a feisty little thing.
And Goku's, yeah, I'm the same way with Chi-Chi. That's why I like Chi-Chi too. And Goku's like, well, we're wired that way. Saiyans...
Vegeta.
Oh, yeah, Vegeta says, yeah, we're wired that way. The Saiyans love strong women. Strong-willed women.
Shit,
And Piccolo...
He's like... Now it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, he just jaw drops to the floor. He goes, "Oh my God, that explains everything."
That's some DBZA shit right there.
Yeah, that was such a good scene. I loved that. It just makes you like, oh yeah, all these years they've probably wondered the same thing that we have as viewers.
It's like, why do they love the same type of women? Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta. All three of them. Videl was crazy at first, man. She was nuts. She was probably debatably the most nuts out of the three at the time.
Oh, no, I want to watch Saiyan Saga with Sick.
Yeah, no, man, that's some good shit right there. My God. But yeah, it does make sense. And we kind of had the idea of it, but obviously in the show, nothing's confirmed, but Piccolo's pretty baffled, and I'm glad they threw that in there to be okay, this is canon now.
The reaction was perfect. Yeah, I loved it.
Jaw to the floor. It was real good.
That explains everything.
Some serious DBZA stuff. That's exactly how that delivery would be.
All right, yeah. So next scene, Jocko and Bulma are flying the ship to Zuno's place, and Jocko's surprised that there's a whole different universe in Super Dragon Balls. He's like, I'm the best of the best, and I didn't even know that.
What does the best of the best mean to him?
He's one of the best Galactic Patrolmen.
So he's one of the best mall cops?
Pretty much, yeah.
He's Paul Blart.
He's the manager.
He's Kevin James and Paul Blart mall cop.
Oh, God. Now I'm imagining Kevin James voicing Jocko.
Oh, God, I love that.
Or the King of Queens, and you just Photoshop Kevin James out and put Jocko in there.
or you just have Kevin James as an animated character as Jocko, a really short version.
Yeah, so yeah, Jocko says he's the best of the best, and he had no idea about this. And Bulma's like, yeah, well, I didn't know about it until yesterday, so you're not alone there. But Jocko is like, hey, this tournament, though, it sounds pretty cool. Would you mind if I tagged along?
Like I said, this is so like bipolar because Bulma's just like, oh yeah, we're bringing friends and family. Like, you're more than welcome. Like, she's so happy now the second after they leave. And then like it turns into another like bipolar situation where they just flip flop and Jocko's like insulting her and they're getting angry again.
Yeah, well, first, she kind of deserved it here because she's like, yeah, you should bring your girlfriend. And Jocko's like, oh, yeah, those are not. And she goes, oh, don't tell me she dumped you already, didn't she? He goes, she didn't dump me. She let me go. Said I deserve somebody better than her. And Bulma's like, yeah, that's what a girl says when she wants to break up with a guy without starting the waterworks.
She's like, yeah, you don't have a sympathetic bone in your body.
And then Jocko gets pissed and basically presses the red button.
He's like,
from the Men in Black
yeah,
movies.
you want to make some snide comments? I'll show you some real shit right now. And then he takes off, man, and she's not pumped about it.
She's screaming. Monica Ryle did an awesome job acting this one out.
She's great, man.
They're flying all over the place. When they stop, Bulma's like, I thought I was gonna die. And Jocko's like, yeah, I don't feel too great either.
Yeah, that's what you get for calling the ship coach as well.
Yeah.
Some
and then
fake leather.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then Bulma, he's like, yeah, you're an idiot for doing this. Well, how did she say? I can't remember exactly how she said it.
Which situation are we in? Sorry.
Right after they get out of the hyperspeed, and Jocko's about to throw up, and he's like, yeah, I don't feel the greatest either. And Bulma calls him an idiot.
Yes.
And then I can't remember, Jocko makes a remark about her age, like saying that her age is...
Man, her not as... It was like as harsh as your age. Like, that was harsh. And he was like, yeah, it's about as harsh as your age. Something like that. It was really rough, man. But man, there's some real harsh age jokes going on.
They're like, I mean, it makes sense, especially with the this flashback we're about to see.
Mm-hmm.
They're like brother and sister.
Yeah, he saved his ass when he was like, hey, I'm just saying that just how much you've grown in the time I've known you.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, we have known each other for a very, very long time.
She's like, it has been a couple decades. Of course, I was going to age a little bit.
And the flashback was really cool.
Yeah. We flash back to, they're on an island, which I thought was weird in the first place. But
where would that be?
Jocko and Tights are standing on a beach, and Bulma's flying Jocko's spaceship around. And she's got to be like 6 or 7 years old.
If that... Goten's 7 and she looks smaller than that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. And like Dragon Ball animation.
She's probably like 3.
Yeah.
If we're being honest.
Yeah, and it was cool. She's flying around and...
Being a normal genius self, she just figures out how to fly it. She's like, oh, that was easy.
Yeah, I figured it out.
It's pretty cute.
And Jocko's freaking out, and Tights is super proud of her, saying that like with her...
Intellect
and how brave she is, she'll be able to accomplish anything.
Which is pretty much true, considering...
Yeah.
She's the most powerful person in the universe.
Mm-hmm. She's the real god of destruction, the goddess of destruction.
Almost.
Then we flash back to real time, and yeah, Jocko even says that with Bulma's smarts, attitude, and flying skills, she could have been a member. He always thought she would have been a member of the Galactic Patrol. She could have been a
Galactic Mall Cop if she wanted.
Uncle Sam wants you to be a Galactic Mall Cop.
Thank God.
But no, Bulma says that being married to Vegeta and a mom to Trunks...
It's all she'll ever need.
Yeah, she's perfectly content with how the way her life's unfolded.
Which is pretty fair, considering she's the richest woman on the planet.
Yeah.
She has a husband that can destroy planets and a son that could also do the same thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty intense.
She kind of hit the lottery there. Literally. The genetic lottery.
Trunks did.
Yeah. But right after they have this conversation, they get to Zuno's world. So... next scene, we're right outside of Zuno's palace. Jocko is super impressed by it, and Bulma's just like, yeah. Kind of, I guess this kind of goes back to her.
She's like, this is classy. Come on.
Yeah, this kind of goes back to her being just rich. She's used to,
actual cool stuff, not just like a big house with wood floors.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's nothing really fancy inside either. Yeah. Bulma and Jocko show up at Zuno's palace, and they are trying to get in to meet with Zuno, but apparently their attendants, well, not their attendants, but Jocko forgot to tell Bulma
they're
that
unexpected guests. There's a 7-year waiting period. 7 years from next to Monday, to be exact.
Yeah.
And Bulma is also busy insulting how large these people's heads are.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Rough.
She's like, she was very uncomfortable by the size of these guys'
like,
heads.
wow, your head is very large. And
How do you
like,
introduce
Jesus.
yourself to somebody
What
like
if somebody
that?
said? What if you said that? What if somebody said that to you, Nick?
I don't know. Has anybody ever said that to me, that I have a big head?
Nah, not me.
No?
Not me.
Not you?
No, not one time.
Really?
Nope.
Okay.
Not that I remember.
All right.
I don't recall.
But yeah, you're right. They said that there's a 7-year waiting period next Monday. So yeah, come back in 7 years and you can ask your question. And yeah, that's it. And Bulma's like, oh, well.
We tried our best.
Yeah, we tried our best.
After what's his...
Slippy. We're just going to call him Slippy.
But what's his real name? What's
I can't
the name?
remember.
It sounds like a Digimon.
I seriously, I have him written down in here as Slippy Toad.
Yeah, okay, he's Slippy Toad. Red Slippy Toad.
Yeah. So yeah, Slippy Toad, the most wanted Dine and Dash
Dasher
felon
in the galaxy,
shows up, and just out of pure coincidence, his 7-year waiting period has come to an end today at this very, very moment in time.
Very strange.
So he is there to ask his questions, which I'm assuming is something about
dining and dashing.
Yeah, getting away with petty crime. And he notices the Galactic Patrol insignia on Jocko's armor. Is that armor?
Yeah, well, it's like an armor shirt.
Yeah,
it's like Under Armour.
Yeah. Yeah, he notices the Galactic Patrol logo on Jocko's Under Armour.
Yes.
And he gets really uncomfortable.
He's like, oh, he's going to arrest me.
Yeah,
and
crap.
I'm already effed, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And Jocko's like, should I do this? And if I arrest this guy, we could take his spot potentially. And he's just standing there. Bulma's walking away to get back to the ship, and Slippy Toad is walking towards Zuno's palace. And, Jocko does the right thing.
Yeah, because Bulma was manipulative here too.
Oh, yeah. We know we tried everything we could.
Possibly could.
No regrets if Beerus destroys the universe.
I forget to mention that? Oh, yeah. If this is the case, we just better hope he's joking, because he's going to use these magical orbs to destroy the universe.
Oh, yeah. Good talk. Good talk. Let's go.
Now we know. All right. We did our best.
Yeah. And yeah, Jocko's left sitting there like, crap, I have to do this, don't I?
And he does it, man.
He does. And
it's a pretty cool scene.
I'd forgotten how this scene went in Japanese. So like while I'm watching, there was genuine tension for me. Mm-hmm. I guess I'd completely forgotten about how he performed against Frieza's minions.
He did pretty well.
He did really well. So to see, him take this guy down.
It was like fast and pretty dope, actually.
I'm surprised he didn't break the guy's neck.
Well, yeah, that guy's dead, man, if we're being completely honest.
So that thing at the end was just like a reanimated corpse or something?
Yeah, he turned him into a puppet. He's a ventriloquist in his spare time. Oh, that's horrifying.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, he takes him out, and Bulma's wondering what the hell just happened. But before they can kind of get into,
Can I say that the thumb thing was pretty dope, judging how far he was away?
Oh, yeah. I thought he was going to try and like kind of pull like a quick draw like in the Wild Wild West, but I didn't think he would.
You just called him out on that shit. He was like, hey, I bet I could get to you before you can pull the trigger.
And he did.
Yeah, it was sick. That was probably the coolest scene I've seen Jocko in.
Yeah. And we're not going to get a lot more.
I was going to say, that's probably the best you'll get, too, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, they get Slippy Toad's spot because obviously he's out of commission. Mm-hmm. So they go in to meet Zuno. And Zuno
is just a bigger person of these other persons.
Yeah, bigger head, and Bulma's just as uncomfortable about it.
She's so insane with it, man. Like, stop saying that to people.
You know what? It's about to come back to her because Jocko's about to make her real uncomfortable.
Good, man. She deserves it. She's been kind of mean.
Yeah. So they have to pay, whenever you ask Zuno a question, you have to pay tribute, which from the examples we've seen in this episode is just a kiss to the cheek.
Yes.
And depending on how much he likes you,
he gives you that amount of
attractive wise.
Yeah.
He'll give you
a certain amount of wishes.
Yes.
Or
questions.
Questions, sorry.
So Jocko goes first. He wants to, I guess, show Bulma how this is all going. So he kisses Jocko and he kisses Zuno on the cheek. And Zuno says, since you're male, I'm going to only give you one question. And, rather than asking something
to further the plot,
he says something along the lines of, Master Zuno, that Earth woman back there, what is her chest size? And I think he's like, they're 83.4 centimeters. They used to be 87, but they've begun to sag in her old age. Not old age, but in her middle age.
Which is, it's normal for a woman of her age, or an earthling of her age.
And Bulma is incredibly uncomfortable, as are all of the viewers.
Yes. I'll have you know that I'm in extremely good shape for how old I am.
Wait, that comes later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we have proof that Zuno knows what he's talking about. And now it's Bulma's turn. So she goes up and very angrily pays her tribute by kissing Zuno. And he goes, since you're a middle-aged woman, I'm only going to give you 3 questions. And
Which is pretty generous.
Yeah, and Bulma's like, I'm really in really good shape for my age. You're only going to give me 2 more questions than that puny little patrol man. And Zuno's attendant's like, yes. What are your 2 remaining questions?
Yeah, pretty rough.
So she burned 1 question right off the bat.
Ugh.
So next thing.
Ask everything about the Super Dragon Balls.
Yep. And
there's too much information to cover. My gosh.
I have the clip notes version.
We'll do the gist. Let's do the gist version, yeah.
Zuno says that there are 7 Super Dragon Balls, which are known as Wish Orbs. So apparently the actual legitimate term is Wish Orb.
Sure.
So they are scattered between the 6th and 7th universes. They were created by the dragon god Zalama. And he apparently placed a patent on the star technology in the Super Dragon Balls, or Dragon Balls in general, that makes the stars viewable from any angle.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Like, okay, Dragon God applying for a patent.
That's pretty hilarious, actually. And it was what, the year 41?
The 42nd year in the divine calendar.
So I guess patents were around back then.
Yeah. And to summon the dragon, you have to say, oh crap, what was it? Do you remember? All I remember is peas and carrots. Like,
can you grant my wish, peas and carrots?
Yeah, please come forward and grant my wish, peas and carrots, which is different than it was in Japanese. In Japanese,
pretty
they
peas?
said, pretty peas. And they have to say in the divine language.
Which is the language of the gods.
Yeah. While this is all going on, Bulma is furiously scribbling down in her notes so she doesn't forget anything.
Right.
And after it gets done, Jocko's like, hey, did you understand any of that? Because I didn't. Yeah, that all went way over my head.
And she got the gist. She did good.
Yeah. And without thinking, Bulma just goes, so wait a minute. The 6th and 7th universe share the Dragon Balls? And Zuno's like, yep.
That's your last question.
That's your last question. We'll see you in 7 years.
Pretty hilarious.
And Bulma's like, no. There's still so much more I have to ask you about. Do I really have to say such a corny line to summon the dragon? And they're like, you've asked your questions. And Bulma's trying to kiss him and get more, and they're not having any of it.
Yep.
So, Zuno's attendants tell him they can ask more questions in 7 years, and they go back to Earth.
Why is it all kisses on the cheek?
Because, I don't know, people in positions of power in these animes are creepy.
It's real strange.
Yeah. It's different than the manga, though. In the manga, you only had to wait a year.
You only had to kiss his feet. I'm kidding.
Feet in 1 year.
Dude, kissing feet is disgusting. Not that I would know, but like it seems like such a repulsive thing to do. But like people used to do that. It's horrifying.
Do you not?
No. Oh. Not even if somebody asked nicely.
Not even a little bit?
Not even if they asked peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots, let me kiss your feet. It reminds me of Emilio from Mr. Deeds.
Oh god!
Let me touch your feet or your socks or whatever.
Oh god, he stabs it.
You stabs let me foot. Change your socks.
Chop that wood.
All right.
That's such a bad movie.
It's such a great movie. You know, it was a really not a great movie, but a good episode of a TV show, though.
Sure.
Episode 31 of Dragon Ball Super.
Yes.
Yeah. So back to the episode. We jump back to Earth. And yeah, they're just filling in Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo and how things went. I really liked the scene actually because you just see Bulma and Vegeta talking
as husband and wife.
Yeah, over I'm guessing tea.
I'm assuming that's how they talk in normal time, like by themselves. Like that's a glimpse into their actual life, which is actually kind of sweet because they seem
really
like
cool.
They seem like a team.
Yeah, yeah. Bulma's saying like, well, they're scattered between the 6th and 7th universe, so our plan to cancel out his wish is already,
it's
dead on arrival.
And Beerus is gonna be real pissed.
Yeah, Vegeta's like, yeah, he already has 6 of them. Him being Champa, he must have snuck into Universe 7 to gather the ones he's gotten from there so far. And yeah, Beerus is definitely going to be angry to hear about that.
Yeah, which is fair. But it is cool to see them just being like husband and wife instead of Vegeta just being this little like prude all the time.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love how much time we've spent at Capsule Corporation.
Yeah, dude, and it's not going to go away.
No,
and it's great.
It's going to be pretty much a main.
It's not really a spoiler, but not. Like
you see, we're going to see a lot of Capsule Corp in this series.
We're going to see a lot of the Briefs family just in general, which is pretty great because it was previously a show mainly about Goku, but this is Vegeta and Goku, and they split time equally, if not more in Vegeta's favor sometimes.
As far as the settings go,
yes, because you don't see like going forward, you don't see any like Goten or Chi-Chi really. It's pretty weird.
Yeah, they're right after that we jump to Jocko saying that he's got to go, and that he's got some important Galactic Patrol matters to attend to. As a parting gift, though, Bulma apparently knows somehow that Jocko's got a dairy fetish.
Yeah, weird, right?
So
God, that's disgusting.
She gives him a tray of milk and cheeses and stuff like that, and Jocko's like, hey, there is a polite woman hiding in there somewhere after all.
If I ate all that kind of shit, I'd be shitting my brains out, quite frankly. Yeah, gross.
So yeah, Jocko leaves and Vegeta asks Bulma if they did any funny business while, they were gone.
And she calls him a jealous man.
Yeah. Which is cute. I like that.
Yeah, and she winks at him. Oh, baby.
It sounds like a K-pop singer.
Kitty face.
Kitty face. Yeah, Jocko takes off and then Goku's like, wait, what did Jocko say was saggy again?
And she gets real pissed and she's like, Jocko, F you, man.
Yeah, pretty much. And then we jump back out to space and Jocko's just flying away with Slippy Toad's reanimated corpse tied to the back seat. And he's just trying to think of excuses for making the destroying the monument.
I'll probably need 10 extra ones.
He's like, I should have asked Zuno how to get off for this on this.
Oh, he's gonna get off.
But yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I should probably think of at least 10 backup excuses and have those ready to go.
Yeah,
and that's the end of the episode.
That was good, man. I actually enjoyed it a lot.
What was your high low?
My high was actually, I guess my high would be that Jocko was actually a normal, relatable character.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed him actually being in the episode. He was probably my favorite part of the episode. Which is weird. And like I said, I haven't really been a fan up until this point, so it's kind of weird to say. He's kind of really annoying at points in times, which is pretty obvious, but I don't know. I thought he was more relatable in this episode than any other one, and that's my high.
Well, that's good though. A character that you pretty much don't like consistently that was able to be your high in an episode, so that's really good. How about your low?
My low, I guess my low. Hit your high, and I'll hit you back on a low.
My high was the. Well, it's a two-parter.
Sure. Go for it.
I guess my first one would be the moment where Piccolo realizes the truth about life in general and everything.
It's pretty funny.
I just thought that was a funny scene. But the thing that I really enjoyed was Bulma and Vegeta just drinking tea and talking. Yeah. It just, that's a dynamic you don't see with Goku and Chi-Chi.
I know, man. And it's really rewarding to see. I guess another high I'd have, which is overboard, I'm sure, but I guess just the dialogue in this episode in general was a lot better than we've had in any other episode so far.
And the liberties they've taken, like Vegeta calling Jocko a jackass.
Yeah. And so I think it's funny because it's a play on his name, obviously. Yeah. It's like, hey, jackass. He didn't say jackass. He said, hey, jackass.
Well, and not
there
even...
was a clear distinction.
And he even said, yo.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just, hey, it was, yo, jackass.
No, Goku's rubbing off on him.
Yo. Oh, wow, Goku appeared.
Yeah. No, but I'm trying to think of a low. It was a really solid episode. The whole dine and dash thing is pretty weird.
Yeah, saying I could have gone without the Slippy Toad at the
it was
at Zuno's palace thing.
It was to further the plot. I get it.
They had to find
a way to be like, oh, like he's got crazy appointments, and this was a way to further the plot.
I think I would have rather just seen Bulma take charge though, because that is absolutely something she would do.
Yeah, but it was cool seeing Jocko do it.
Yeah,
and cool seeing Bulma manipulate him to do it. So I think it was done well. I liked it. But I didn't like that it bothered me that he was one of the galaxy's most wanted criminals, and all he was doing is dining and dashing.
Hey man,
it makes Jocko seem legitimately like a mall cop.
Food's expensive.
It is. I get it. Ask Beerus, man. That guy loves food. I get it.
So, what would you rate this one?
I give it a 9. It was really good.
9?
Yeah.
Right.
Especially for a transition episode, it was really, really good.
I'll give it an 8. It's not that I didn't love it, because I did, but I wouldn't quite give it a 9.
Okay.
And I'm just thinking of like other episodes I've given a 9. It wasn't on that level.
I enjoyed it a lot, like a lot more than I thought I would. And I think that's kind of the reason that it's bumping it up for me.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else you want to add before we get out of here, other than what are you going to remember this episode for?
I will remember it for probably the dialogue, man. The dialogue was pretty unbelievable. Besides that, I guess. Am I boring you?
No, I'm sorry.
Putting you to sleep?
It's 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it is. Probably the dialogue. I really do think I'll remember it just for it being, like, overall as an episode, it being more appealing to me than I ever thought it would have been.
Okay. I'm gonna remember the really awkward saggy boobs comment.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I just think the whole episode in general is gonna be more memorable to me than I thought it would ever be.
Yeah. No, this will be just one of those fun ones that you just put on. Like, you know what? Let's watch the Zuno episode.
You don't have to think. It's lighthearted. You put it on and you enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to add before we jump into some spoilers here?
No, I think that's it, man.
Okay. Well, it's my turn to think of a spoiler.
Hit me with it, man.
A spoiler, isn't it? A spoiler sponsor.
That's true.
All right. You know what? Today's sponsor for the spoiler section is going to be Arnold Palmer. Which is what used to be in my glass until I immediately downed it. It's a nice, half and half iced tea lemonade. It's real good.
Do you drink diet or full calorie?
I prefer diet.
Agreed.
Yeah, 0 calorie, and it tastes almost as good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And not a lot of sugar in it. So you want a nice tasty drink with not a ton of calories, 0 to be exact. Drink Arnold Palmer, the official drink of the Universe 7 podcast that is non-alcoholic.
Yes. What are they giving us?
They're gonna give you, like 6.5 gallons of free tea.
6.5 ounces of free tea.
They had 7, and then one of the stock people drank half of it. So
yeah, it's all the mishap ones that like people just kind of mess up. They're giving you all the crappy ones for free.
It's like the NFL jerseys that they sell for like $5.
Or if you've ever been to TJ Maxx, that's pretty much that.
Love TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx is the best. I just got 3 pairs of jeans from there.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All Levi's. Levi's is where it's at.
We're getting a little off track here.
I'm just trying to help.
You're helping a lot. You're doing good.
Thanks, man.
I have faith in you.
Weird.
But let's jump into some spoilers and, make Arnold Palmer proud.
Yeah, see the rest of you boys who don't, and girls, I guess, who don't hang out for the spoilers next time.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Leave a review on iTunes. Send us a message, a comment on Facebook, like the show page, and share it with your friends. We'd really appreciate that. Like I said at the top of the show, thank you guys so much for getting us to 10,000 downloads.
It's been amazing, honestly.
It's been a wild ride for sure, and we are going to do another giveaway as soon as we can think of something good to give you. I don't want to just give another copy of the Super manga away. That just seems like it'd be
too meta.
Yeah.
We'll
think of Dragon Ball related. It'll definitely be Dragon Ball related, and maybe we'll just throw a copy of the manga in there just
for good measure.
Yeah.
We'll let you know next week. We'll brainstorm.
All right. So you ready to do some spoilers?
Yeah, man.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump into the spoiler section, sponsored by Arnold Palmer. All right, and we're back for the spoiler section.
You want to jump right into it?
No, we got some stuff we got to do. We got some housekeeping.
Yeah.
Some spoiler housekeeping.
Yeah, you're right.
Can you like even does it blow your mind that we spent like a month of the show plus not covering the Japanese at all?
What do you mean?
When we first started the show.
When we first started?
Yeah.
It's really gross.
It feels weird, doesn't it?
But it was the perfect time to jump in. Because before it would have felt weird. But we hopped in at the beginning of a new arc.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unfortunate because I wish we would have, because those episodes were some of my favorites. Because that was the Black Arc, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was some dope stuff.
Yeah, to cover that in real time would have been sick.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? You live and you die.
Yeah,
right?
we can only reference it, and it feels kind of weird because we've never actually talked about it on the show.
Yeah. Okay, so do you want to do the feedback first or news?
I want to do feedback first.
Okay, let me pull that up real quick. First and only piece of spoiler feedback comes from Reggie, who has been, we've been having some good conversations for the last 2 weeks now.
You've been as regular as Brent.
Yeah, and it's nice. We have a kind of just a back and forth, an open dialogue going now. We just message each other talking about just all things Dragon Ball, which is kind of nice. But he said, "Hey guys, just finished listening to the last episode. I like the new setup. Sounds good. Thank you, Reggie."
Yeah, man.
My biggest concern is that you think Goku is stronger than Hit. Hit's potential and growth are far superior to Goku's, in my opinion. So, what do you think about that, Mason?
I think that's just your opinion, man. But no, for real, it's I get where you're coming from. I mean, it's very obvious considering the fight that we've seen before with those two. He just grows at an exponential rate.
Right. Well, in Xenoverse, granted, Xenoverse still isn't a great source, but I mean, Hit's awoken skills called pure progress. So I mean, it kind of goes with what you just said.
I understand where you're coming from, but I think at this point in time, without him having to grow anymore, considering he hasn't fought Goku again, at this point in time, I think Goku is much stronger.
Right.
Because Goku's been just progressing since that one point. And obviously, this can't be confirmed, but I don't think Hit has had that drive to grow like Goku just does. Hit only does it out of necessity.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really grow until he fought Goku in the tournament.
Exactly. So, why would he have any other reason to? Because obviously nobody in Universe 6 is challenging him.
Right.
So, I mean, it just doesn't really make much sense for him because, yeah, there's something on the line, but also he's not really being challenged until that last episode. So there was really no reason for him to grow otherwise.
Yeah. My response to him in our thread was, I do think that Goku's stronger than Hit. Hit might have greater potential to grow stronger, but from what I've seen of Goku during the tournament and knowing what's still coming in this arc, I don't think Hit's going to be able to top him. Yeah, and I said I'd love to be wrong about what I'm about to say, but I don't think that we're going to see another fight between Goku and Hit.
I don't I can't imagine. It's not going to last.
Yeah, possibly in the entire series.
Mm-hmm. Because Goku's just going to outclass him eventually. He's
going to outclass him, and this fight felt very kind of final. Mm-hmm. You know what, we're just going to be buds here.
Yeah, it was and the kind of if you make it till the end thing was pretty definitive in my opinion as well.
And I'm going to throw the one more thing that Reggie said to respond to what I had just said.
Sure.
Because this is also some pretty good feedback. I could read it all if you want me to.
Let's keep it to this next one. But like, yeah, I know where you're coming from.
He said, I actually felt the opposite about Goku based on the tournament. He seems to struggle against every opponent he's come across so far, whether it's intentional or not. We haven't seen as much of Hit, but I know if Goku gets his new transformation, Hit won't stand a chance. And he says, if the spoilers are true, which at this point it does seem like they are, he said, I will be bothered. As much as I like Goku, they've made him look like a horrible person lately, which is something you agree with, Mason.
Yeah, I agree.
But he said, I'd like to see Vegeta or Gohan get some of the spotlight. I'm kind of tired of seeing Goku get all the power-ups.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. And I think that's what they're doing with Gohan. Obviously, like, these spoilers are or not these spoilers, what he had going on and what he was talking about was being talked about for a reason. He is saying that the Super Saiyan isn't the way he's going to go.
Yeah, he's going to have an ultimate form that the likes of which no one has ever seen before.
Which is being said for a reason. They're not just going to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why, in our theory, Gohan and Goku are the ones left standing, not Goku and Vegeta.
Yeah, I personally don't think Gohan's going to get any new transformation. I just think his ultimate form that nobody's ever seen before is just him powering that form up to its absolute limit, which I think he's doing.
Which is his thing, though. I mean, he has the most potential out of any of them just as a fighter. Right. So, I mean, it just makes sense. It's not coming out of some God-based key. It's just his full-blown potential as a fighter.
Which is frustrating because I would love to see, Super Saiyan Blue Gohan flying around. That'd be cool.
Yeah. And I don't know why he would be too proud to do that, but it does seem like a pride thing.
It does. It almost seems like he doesn't want to fully accept his Saiyan heritage.
Mm-hmm. He's very human.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, he's all about family. He's all about his emotions. He's not a Saiyan, if we're being completely honest. He has Saiyan blood, and he has the potential and fighting skills of a Super Saiyan, but in his heart, he's not.
No, he's a human at heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is we had a lot more. I'm not going to read through all of it. There's probably like 10 to 12 more messages that we sent each other. But you know what, Reggie, like I said up at the top there, we're loving your feedback, so keep messaging us.
What do you think about putting that in like a screenshot type setting, if Reggie would be okay with that? Obviously,
if he was okay with that, I would definitely.
I think it's it's a really cool conversation. I think it would get some sort of other conversation going besides just you two as well.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think about that, Reggie. I think that would be a cool idea just to put on the Facebook page, the private setting at least.
Yeah. Like I said, I won't post anything unless I had permission.
Right.
So that is our feedback. You want to jump into the news here?
Yeah, actually, that sounds great.
All right. So we have a little bit of news. It's all schedule related.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into the schedule here.
Yeah, you got it, man. Jumping into it.
Talking's hard.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so September 3rd, which is next week, we're going to get episode 106. The week after that, there's going to be no new episode due to Dragon Ball Run, which is exactly what it sounds like, a Dragon Ball Run. I guess it's a marathon.
A 5K?
Yeah, it's like a marathon or something like that. And I guess that means no episode, which is weird. The next week after that, it looks like we're going to get episode 107. So that's September 17th. And then September 24th, 108. And then here's where it gets a little weird. So October 1st, there's going to be no Dragon Ball Super. There's going to be a 1 hour One Piece special, which I don't really care about because I don't watch One Piece.
Right.
The week after that, now I'm not sure if this is just going to be 2 half-hour episodes put on the same weekend or a full 1 hour episode, but we're getting what they're calling a Dragon Ball Super special. And it's looking like that's going to be when Goku and Goku and Jiren start to fight each other. And they're kind of teasing it as the beginning of the climax of the Tournament of Power.
Dope.
So,
what episode number is that?
That's the thing, is I don't know. It's either going to be episodes 109 and 110, or it's just going to be episode 109 and it's going to be an hour-long episode.
Probably be 109, 110.
Yeah.
If I'm just placing like my best guess. That seems more logical.
It seems to make the most sense because then you'd have to, if you did a 1 hour episode, you have to place that in with a bunch of half-hour ones. It just feels a little weird.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. That's close, man. 5 episodes.
Yeah.
And then we're at the climax of this. We're finally at the climax of this tournament.
Well, they worded it very carefully. It's the beginning of the climax.
Well, yeah, but like
here, actually, I can read the producer's comments that Hermes translated.
Sure.
It says, history's mightiest tournament of power is being held in Dragon Ball Super to decide the fate of the universes. Starting in October, it at last reaches a turning point as Goku finally faces off with his strongest opponent, Jiren. From there on out, it will truly be a continuous run from Goku and company's big battle to the climax. And to kick it off, Dragon Ball Super will be airing a 1-hour autumn special on October 8th. Unprecedented surprises are in store, so please look forward to it. Plus, with Dragon Ball Super powering up in this super climax and One Piece, blah, blah, blah. It's a dream visual symbolizing the two great anime as if Goku and Luffy were on an adventure together. They're not going to be on an adventure together. It's not a crossover. They're just,
they're just trying to promote some shit.
They're sharing the weekends. They're giving One Piece one weekend and Dragon Ball Super the other weekend. So, right. That's really exciting. I'm pumped for this.
Mm-hmm.
This info's been out for a while being like a week and a half. For some reason, I didn't really realize that it was going to be Tournament of Power related until today. I always thought it was going to be like, oh, they're just going to do a random like
the same thing like they did for the Resurrection F arc.
Yeah,
the History of Trunks one or whatever.
Yeah, like a History of Trunks kind of thing, or even a Son Goku and Friends Return, just like some sort of random.
That's what I'm saying. Something just not related to the overall plot of what's going on currently.
This is going to be a huge part of the tournament, and it's an hour long, so I'm hoping we get some killer animation and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's really, really, really exciting to me.
Yeah, man, I agree. It's going to be cool. That's obviously a very like blanket statement, but it is. It's
hot take.
It's gonna be cool. You heard it here first on the Universe 7 Dragon Ball podcast. But obviously, like it is. It's weird to get two on the same weekend, if not an hour long. Like obviously that never happens.
You want to come over to watch that one?
Yeah, dude, I'm in. So let me know the weekend because I gotta know if
it's gonna be October 8th. Or 9th.
I might be in Florida.
Want to come over to watch it?
Yeah, man. I'll be here. I'll fly back. We'll see.
All right. Yeah, that's it for the news that I have, at least. Do you have anything you want to
add? No, man. That's it's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, kind of a nice little bomb to drop, right?
It's really cool. I hope I'm not clipping any of your ears.
Probably are, because it clipped in my ears.
Sorry.
All right. You ready to go ahead and do the recap?
Sure am.
All right, let's go ahead and
jump into the recap.
Recap this bit. Okay. Episode 105. The title is A Desperate Battle, Master Roshi's Sacrifice. Hell of an episode.
Yeah, dude. It's way better than I thought it would be.
I thought it was going to be kind of like the Tien one, where it's going to be super cringy and we didn't even really want to recap it.
Nah, dude. It was dope. I was proud of Roshi, man.
Yeah.
He overcame his stuff. And like, that's what it was coming down to. And we all knew it was going to come down to it. But the writing in it was really good.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is some of the best work that they've done writing wise.
Yeah, especially on a side character.
But like, is he really a side character considering all of Dragon Ball?
Considering all of Dragon Ball, no. But
that's what I'm saying. They gave him the
absolutely.
But like, that's probably his send off, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Of the series.
I'm just glad he didn't die.
I know, man. That was so upsetting. But like, if we're being completely honest, they did the right thing in giving him a real heartfelt episode because he's been such a staple in Dragon Ball for the entire time. And like I said, I think this is the last big storyline we're going to get of Master Roshi in the entire series.
For sure.
So they did the right thing.
Okay. So for this one, we start out with the Omni Kings, and it seems like the farther we go into this arc, the more we're realizing
they're not smart.
Well, I think we're really realizing that
they're children.
that the Grand Priest is
the mastermind, baby.
Yeah, he's the puppet master. Because I mean, they're just
the
trying
master of puppets, if you will.
The Omni Kings are just trying to figure out how many warriors are left, and
they can't count past 8, man. One can count to 8, the other can count to 5.
It was adorable, though.
He can count to 5, even though the first one counted to 8. He can't remember 3 extra numbers after that.
It was so cute, though.
I get it, but man, that's some terrifying stuff to have those people running everything.
Everything?
Yeah. Or the facade of them running everything.
Exactly. Where I feel like we're getting closer and closer to the facade being torn down.
Which I can't wait for, because I like the 2, but my God. It's kind of like, this can't be how things are run. It can't be. Otherwise, nothing would exist.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just really weird to me.
Yeah, so they're, like you said, they lose count, and they're just like, a lot of people are left.
They're like, yeah, a lot. It was really cute. Don't get me wrong.
I was bummed that he didn't double it. Like, a lot. A lot. Yeah, well, we go to the battlefield, and Master Roshi's just walking around observing, basically, which has been his strategy, I guess. He's walking around, just looking at all the fighters. Magetta even tries to throw a punch at him, and he dodges it.
He's nimble.
Yeah. And he apparently could do math better than the Omni Kings, because he's like, yeah, there's less than half remaining, so it's probably time I start pulling my weight. And pretty much right after he says that, Kawe from Universe 4 tries to attack him with a hammer materialized from her own energy. And, he dodges it, and
it's pretty cool. It's like a Green Lantern type thing.
Yeah, that's almost exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's really nice. I like the little, I guess, Western culture type of comic book thing thrown in there. I think that's what it is.
It felt like a nod to that now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roshi easily dodges that and tells her she can't beat him. I've been observing all the other fighters since the tournament began, so I've got a really good grasp on how powerful everyone is and the kind of techniques that they use.
He was Goku and Krillin's teacher for a reason, Like, he's a smart guy. He's more strategy than strength. It's always been that way.
Yep. And Kawaii like, oh, well, in that case, I'll use my other special technique. And
it's seduction.
Yeah. It's like, you're an old man, you're pervy, and I'll seduce you, and,
What a stereotype to have.
Seriously.
Just for Japanese old men.
And even Elder Kai kind of...
I think is that like a real... I don't live in Japan,
it has to
obviously, so it's got to be a stereotype.
Are
they just going around grabbing ass all day long?
I don't know if we have listeners in Japan, but if we do, let us know.
Actually, I have a buddy that plays Pokemon that just lived in Japan for a year. I could ask him next time I go to a tournament. He just got back.
Do it.
That's really funny, actually. I'll give you guys the hot take on it next time.
So yeah, she starts to use seduction. She pulls off her cape and she's trying to do poses and stuff like that. She's basically being a strong version of Bulma.
Sure.
And Krillin's on the sidelines watching. And he's like, oh, he trained with Poir to control this, so he'll be fine. And for just a split second, Roshi loses control.
He succumbs to his desires.
His desires, and he jumps at her trying to be pervy. And
she calls him a dirty old man and tries to stab him through the heart with a spear.
Yeah.
That's honestly what happened. Yeah. She would have killed him, man. She would have been out.
Yeah, seriously. Based on how this fight goes, she didn't really take this seriously in the first place. Roshi's about to get stabbed, and he realizes, like, oh, crap, get it together. And he dodges it, and he's like...
This is really rapey.
Was it?
Kind of.
I felt like he was just going to beat her up. I didn't think he was going to do anything weird.
But like the way she said it, when she jumped off, she was like, he's going to ruin me for my husband.
Yeah, I didn't understand that.
It was really rapey sounding.
Yeah.
It was really gross. I don't think it had that intent behind it.
I don't think it did.
And then I saw that and I was like, yikes, man, that was really heavy-handed out of nowhere.
I don't think it did, because otherwise...
Is that just a lost in translation thing?
It must be, because... If he had spent that much time, controlling it,
let us know.
There's no sense in her being that worried about it.
He's like, what you get now is what you asked for, pretty much.
Yeah, well, he said, I used to waste all my energy on my desires.
Yeah. But, it didn't seem weird until that happened. And then but like it is out of left field. Let us know what you think, because like that's got to be a lost in translation thing.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
Yeah, Roshi powers up. He gets all buff, and he says, I used to waste a lot of energy on my desires, and now my body's brimming with all the energy that I used to waste, which is basically just, I felt like him saying, like, now that I'm not dealing with that stupid crap anymore, I'm so much more powerful. I can focus on being a martial artist. Yeah. And she apparently took it, it felt like she took it as, like, he's about to, like, you know, do some weird stuff, and yeah, she gets up, runs away, and jumps off of the arena.
Horrifying.
Saying that, yeah, he's going to ruin her chance to be a desirable wife, which, yeah, if
that sounds like rape.
Let us know what you guys think about that, because it felt weird. Yeah, she jumps off, and Kitara yells at her for leaving, but she doesn't really care.
Real weird. Yeah. It was so strange. Like, let's be honest. Like, that's so weird.
It was. I'm trying to get away from it. I don't want to talk about it anywhere. It
just the most cringy thing. But like, that wasn't his fault. It was just like, that's such a random ass line.
Yeah. It didn't seem 100.
If you will.
Like the kids are saying these days.
Frankly, it didn't seem 100.
We just lost 10 listeners.
More than likely. We're quite white.
So Roshi's standing there, and he realizes that there's somebody behind him, and he asks if they're going to be his next opponent. And up from underneath the ground, or in a pit or something like that, another warrior from Universe 4 pops out, Darkori, and she uses talismans to create attacks and illusions and all kind of stuff. So she's like, she's
pretty dope, actually.
Yeah, she has huge hands.
Well, yeah, but she also is dope.
Yeah.
That's all I got, man. Like, the whole thing, like, she was a pretty cool character. There's been some cool ass characters so far. I'll give it that.
Yeah. Even the ones that Roshi was observing at the beginning of the fight, it was just like stuff we hadn't seen before. But yeah, she says, I have all these different possibilities of things I can use my talismans for. So even though you've been observing her fighting style,
attacks and illusions,
you don't know everything that I'm capable of.
Yes.
And she starts using some illusions, which
she gets in his head for a minute.
Yeah, like phantom flames, an illusion at the edge of the arena, and a giant version of her.
Yeah, and then once they're in the shadows, man, she thinks she's got him, because that's where she's most powerful, apparently.
Yeah, she says she came from a planet where there's hardly any light, so she's basically invincible when she's in shadow.
She's Yakon.
Pretty much. Roshi can see that she's powering up,
but the thing with Roshi is he knows his place, and he knows what he's supposed to do here. He knows that obviously Vegeta, Goku, and Gohan are powerful fighters, and I guess I'd include Piccolo in that as well. They're powerful, but they're not. They get tripped up on
trickier opponents.
Yeah, people that don't use straight up strength.
Yep. And he's like, that's why I'm here, to handle opponents like that. So it's it's for the best that I'm the one fighting.
And we get a proper Mafuba.
Yeah. He pulls out a small jar and uses the Mafuba to seal Darkori inside of it, and then tosses it out of bounds.
It's dope, man.
He wins.
There was a pretty intense scene where we thought Roshi was going to get kicked out.
Yeah, because
I thought
Kitara objects. He says that it should be against the rules because it's a weapon. Beer's like, no, it's an accessory, not a weapon. Besides, your fighter was using talismans. And just like, no, but they were
energy based.
They were energy based, so it's fine. And then,
but his was an accessory, whatever. Yeah, and then they're just arguing back and forth, and then Zeno darkly is like, "Yeah, we accept it. Like it's legal.
It was neat. We liked it.
It's really dark.
Their eyes,
scary, man.
I like it when they're creepy like that.
They only do that to the gods of destruction
and their own attendants. Like,
well, yeah, but that's the case. They don't really do that to anybody else.
I think it's hilarious. I love it when they do weird stuff like that.
But it's really needed because nobody puts the gods in their place besides him.
Yeah. Yeah, and once he did that, they're like, okay.
And they just backed off real quick, man.
Even Beerus, and they were backing Beerus, and he was still like, okay, yeah, please don't hurt me.
Mm-hmm. That's some scary shit, man.
What happens next? Yeah. So he just won his second fight, and Krillin's starting to worry that using the Mafuba
was draining him, but he's in good shape, man. Turns around, gives the peace sign.
Just like Krillin did.
Yeah, man. And it seems like hubris, but Master Roshi knows better than Krillin, so he's not going to get close and get knocked off by a Frieza copy.
Yep. Instead, he got attacked by Janos. How are we gonna pronounce that?
Birdman.
Bird person.
Birdman, the rapper.
Bird rapper, the rapper.
Y'all finished it. Y'all done. You probably don't know that.
No, I don't.
Sorry.
So next up is another Universe 4 warrior, Birdman. He's trying to avenge his other teammates. This is the guy that I remember really not liking. He was the spy.
Oh, he was the spy, wasn't he? That's funny. I didn't realize that.
So he's just kind of seems like a little weasel.
That's a good cache, actually. Did you realize when you were watching it, or did you look it up?
No, I realized it.
That's good, dude. I didn't realize that.
So he wants to avenge his teammates, and he transforms into Howard the Duck.
He does. That's funny. Scrooge McDuck swimming in his coins.
Scrooge McDuck on roids. And he powers up, he transforms, which is the first transformation we've seen in the tournament, by the way.
Well,
what's up?
Our Saiyans.
You know what I mean. Like a new
Our
one.
real ones, yeah.
But Roshi's still dodging, and he's like it's almost like a dance routine. He's like up, left, down, right, left, left.
Dude, Roshi knows what's up, man.
Yeah. And
I'm actually really impressed with it.
Yeah. Birdman's getting frustrated because even though he powered up, he still can't hit him. And Roshi's like, you still have the same attack patterns. I can read your movements really easily like this. He's like, you might be stronger, but I have this.
I have more experience.
I have experience. And it seems like he's going to win the fight.
And the second he does that, he he throws this blast into his stomach, throws him into a little rock.
Ooh.
It's dope.
It was hard to watch this because he's so old. And he's obviously not frail, but you know.
Oh, him getting the shit kicked out of him?
Once the tables got turned.
Yeah, man, that was awful. Hell yeah. I thought you were talking about him throwing the guy into the wall. I was like, that was sick. But yeah, dude, that was a hard thing to watch.
Yeah.
Birdman. That was a hate crime. That was ageism.
Birdman turns the tables on him because apparently, because of his youth, he constantly gets stronger, which kind of felt Broly-like. You know what I mean?
But like instead of him getting angrier, it's just him being young. Yeah, it doesn't make much sense.
I didn't really like that. Granted, I didn't like this character anyway. I always thought he was a weasel.
It's real, but like that's just a dumb thing.
Yeah.
Why would he get stronger because he's younger?
It just doesn't make any sense.
Way older than he was, and he's way stronger than he ever was. That doesn't make. I mean, I get different anatomies, different whatever, but like it just doesn't make any sense. It just felt like ageism because Roshi was an old man. It was
probably
like,
they were just trying to draw not a parallel, but you know,
it was like Roshi's really old and he's young, so Roshi's losing stamina. We're Toei, and you guys can't understand that unless we blanketly spell it out for you.
Yeah, so Bird Person lands a hit on him, and he just starts beating the crap out of him. And Roshi's getting the crap kicked out of him. And Goku, who apparently got trapped by some sludge monster,
some hentai tentacle monster,
is worried. He's getting worried. He's telling him to be careful, and he'll be right there. You know, Roshi, even though he's beaten down,
he's got the heart of
a champion.
He's got the heart of the champion and the eye of the tiger.
Mm-hmm. And he's thinking about this the right way. He goes, if this guy is just growing stronger like this, he could be trouble for Goku, Vegeta, and the others.
Let's take him out.
Yep. He tries to use the hypnotic lullaby that he used against Goku back in the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai.
Mm-hmm.
And Bird Person almost falls for it. He's starting to get a little woozy, and then
he shocks himself.
Yeah, he electrocutes himself to wake himself up.
And
he even says that
5 minutes ago that would have worked.
Yeah, but he's improved since then, which is stupid.
I'm so sick of the improvement.
Yeah,
just stick to like 1 or 2 people doing it, 1 or 2 races doing it. Like, we get it. Improvement's dope.
Yeah, and then this guy gets a little cocky and stupid. He's like, accept your limits and give up. You may have been a great martial artist once, but
you're an old man. Old. You're old. Beers is calling him old man. It's like, we get it, man. Yeah. He's old. We know. Like, we've watched the show for a long time.
But Roshi refuses to give up. He says that Goku and Krillin taught him never to accept his limits and to get stronger. I don't remember Krillin ever thinking that, but
that was like such an emotional scene.
It was. Yeah, he powers up to max power and tells his students, Goku and Krillin, to work well, rest well, and enjoy their lives to the fullest. You know, the turtle hermit, the turtle school motto, or
the
whatever it is.
Kame
Kame
the
style.
Kame style it's in their hearts.
Yeah. I'm Dragon Ball is a gray area for me, so I'm trying to remember all of it. But yeah, to live life the Kame style, and he uses a max power Kamehameha to knock Bird Person out of the arena.
He blows this boy away, man.
Heck yeah!
This is probably the dopest Kamehameha so far in this tournament.
The final.
Well, that doesn't count. That's 2.
Gohan's.
Nah, that's better than Gohan's.
Yeah,
he blew this boy away.
He did.
It looked like he obliterated him.
Yeah, so he's now knocked out 3 of Universe 7's people within 1 minute.
Yeah, and we forgot to mention that Beerus was he was like, hey, 2 for he knocked out 2. Like, that's more than we bargained for with this guy.
Yeah, the old man getting 2 is like a jackpot.
Yeah, and then on top of this, after
the
it all,
one.
after the third one, like, he has some serious respect for him. He even asked what his real name is.
Yeah, well, Krillin, before that, he's going, like, he's not old man, that's Muten Roshi Sama. And yeah, after the third one, Beerus is like, hey, what's his name again?
It's really cool.
Just a little moment to show that he's respecting him.
And Master Roshi should be respected. He was the original trainer of Goku, man. He's the original guy.
He created the most recognizable anime technique of all time.
And that's why I'm glad they didn't just throw him in the trash with this tournament. They weren't just like, oh, he knocked out 1 and like, let's throw him away like Krillin.
I'm glad that they aren't pretending that he's powerful enough to hang, and that he's actually using his skill.
But like that's the only way they could ever use him. If they did it any other way, if they were trying to pretend that like he was powerful, they would lose a lot of respect, I feel like, because it wouldn't be believable.
Yeah, people are like, oh, but my power's scaling.
And like, even besides that, it's like, it's just so dumb. Like, there's no reason that it would ever be that way. And that's why I had such a hard time with Roshi being so strong to like be even remotely on par with Goku.
Right.
And I'm glad that he is straight away from that, because it's all about technique with him.
Oh yeah, for sure. This episode confirmed that more than anything.
Well, thank God, because the last one didn't. It was awful, and I'm sure they felt like some sort of like weird backlash. Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it.
You mean the one with Tien?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that had a weird one because it was also his, powered up demon form or whatever that was.
Yeah, but like that can't be that powerful, you know? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Remember that arc was weird in general. You had Super Saiyan Blue Goku against Krillin.
Yeah, no kidding.
But anyway, Beerus is celebrating his 3rd victory, but Roshi collapses. He's used all of his energy. Krillin tries to go back to the stage, but Shin grabs him, tells him he can't go back in. Goku in this moment finally decides that it's okay to turn into use Super Saiyan Blue to get out of his predicament. And
it's so like lost on me, the Super Saiyan Blue, because of how much they've been just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Well,
like this would have been.
We're probably not getting it much longer, so enjoy it while it lasts.
No, I still don't agree, considering how much they're just throwing it out there for no reason. I like seeing the transformations out of emotion. So like seeing this for like the 2nd time would have been cool. For this tournament, I mean.
Right.
So like, yeah, he's pissed off enough to be like, get out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, like we've seen it like 6 times so far.
Well, he's got to stop letting his guard down.
I get it, but like he's trying to conserve energy, whatever, and he's trying to just do things in his base form or even his Super Saiyan form. I get it. Like do that and do Super Saiyan Blue like twice instead of like every other episode. Yeah. And then it would have more meaning. It'd be like, okay, he's serious, man. He's like, get the hell out of here. It would have had way more. It would have been way more badass if he did it that way.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
It's just a waste.
I don't have any strong feelings either way on it.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless I have such a weird thing about the Super Saiyan Blue thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, Goku breaks away from whatever that guy was. It was I know the name. I've been reading the name for the last couple of days. I can't remember it, but he breaks away from him and goes to try and revive Roshi by using ki bursts to his chest, and doesn't work. And he starts crying, and he pulls a Super Saiyan Goku healing a bird. Mm-hmm. Seems like he uses his Super Saiyan blue energy.
The cooler shit, man.
Yeah, he uses his Super Saiyan blue energy to
get some like real life into him. Yeah. And like I guess I'm glad they kind of did that instead of just doing the defibrillation thing. That was kind of powerful, where it's like, okay, the God Key actually kind of did something.
Right. And, Goku, it showed he used, I don't know how much energy he used, but he sacrificed some of that energy to bring back his old master. It was a really emotional scene. As Roshi wakes up and he goes, "So where'd all the cute angels go?"
Dude didn't even cry when his kid died.
Well, you can bring him back.
No, I'm talking about Goku.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could always bring him back.
Well, Goku could always bring Master Roshi back if they won.
If they won, that's the thing, is they didn't know if it was certain.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, they bring Roshi back. He's wondering where all the angels went. They're all happy. Roshi's like, "Don't worry about it. The battle isn't over yet. Let's go." And they're walking away to fight another day.
I'm glad he's going to be around for a minute.
Yeah. Speaking of minute, this entire episode took 1 minute. There are 34 minutes left in the tournament.
We got a while, boys and girls.
Long, long time. Yeah. What was your high-low?
My high is that I'm extremely impressed in how this episode turned out. And I've said it a million times since we started this spoiler section, they did the right thing. They made Roshi not just a side character, and they gave him the right send-off.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. This is more than likely the last big hurrah we have for Master Roshi.
Because he'll have some other stuff where we'll see him get knocked out.
Right.
But this is the biggest thing we're going to see of Master Roshi in the entire series.
For sure. I mean, really, the series, that and Dragon Ball Z, he really didn't do a lot in Dragon Ball Z either. No. Dragon Ball was his...
This was his last hurrah, man.
Mm-hmm. His swan song.
Yes.
It was good. So yeah, your high is the love they gave Roshi. What was your low?
My low would be the weird pervy rape shit, man. That was so strange to me. It threw me out of the episode for a minute. I was like, what the hell is that?
It confused me. It didn't really bother me. It just confused me.
But it's weird. Why would they throw that in? It's like I said, I thought too much about it. And it's it's got to be lost in translation. If it's not, that's such a strange thing to do.
Yeah. I'll have to take a look at some of the other translations and see what she says.
Mm-hmm.
And, report back to you.
Yeah, please do, because that was probably the worst thing that happened in this episode to me.
Yeah. My high was the showing of emotion by Goku.
Yeah, that was really cool.
And Krillin. They were distraught. According to the Dragon Ball Wiki, that was the first time that we've seen Goku cry as an adult.
But it's huge. All very just Dragon Ball reminiscent. And I think that's kind of a sign that not the series is coming to a close, but
better not be.
Yeah. But it is just kind of a throwback in hey, we also remember the old days and how things this is how things should wrap together. We need to bring the old stuff back as well.
Not tie up loose ends.
It's fan service, but it's good fan service.
Yeah.
Because there's terrible fan service, there really is, but this is the best version of it.
Yeah. Well, Vegito Blue is good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I'm just saying.
My low, if I had to have one, it'd probably be the confusion from that scene, but I didn't let it bother me too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So, I mean, I guess we could say we'll both remember this one just as the,
that's Master Roshi's
the love song to Master Roshi.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to add before we, hit the old dusty trail here?
I really do want to emphasize that this was
a great episode.
A really, really good episode. Yeah. And rating wise, before you even ask, I'd give it a 9.5. 9.5?
Not as high as my 9.9 from last week. I'll give it a 9. It was very pleasantly surprising, especially because normally when you hear a Master Roshi episode, you think it's going to be super pervy and
just kind of a throwaway episode.
Yeah,
I gave it a 9.5. I probably would have given it a 10 because I really did feel the emotion in it.
Yeah, the low hanging fruit would have been for Toei to have him knock out Bird Person first, and then the talisman lady second, and then have him get knocked out by that other lady succumbing to.
Yeah, actually, that would have been some real poetic justice.
But they didn't take the easy way out. They actually had a really nice, awesome,
a really building. It built like you felt the tension in the entire episode.
It was a character defining moment for him. So, yeah, couldn't talk about this one enough. But we're gonna stop talking about it because it's late and
going, man.
Yeah, we need to get this one out to the public. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Like I said, for those of you who haven't heard the full version of Limit Break X Survivor yet, stick around for the end of the show because we're going to play it in its entirety and hopefully not get a copyright strike from YouTube again. But yeah, please give us some feedback. Like the show on Facebook, send us a message, comments, all that kind of stuff. Leave us a review on iTunes, ratings, all that good stuff. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you guys again for 10,000 downloads. I cannot tell you how much that means to us. We did not think that we would actually have any audience at all, let alone one that gives us 10,000 downloads in 8 months.
And even listen to us during the shitty ones we were putting out for the past couple months.
Yeah. But you know what? Winter's over, and our hypothetical winter.
Yes.
Metaphorical winter. Probably be a better way to put that. It's a new day, and it's a good time to be a Universe 7 podcast fan. So
yes.
Thank you guys for listening. We have the best listeners in the world. We'll be back next week to cover episodes 32 and 106. I'm Nick.
And I'm Mason.
Have a great week. Stay safe. And until next time.
Adios.